Hello and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for another episode of the Gore Screaming Show. So, yeah, you've pretty much helped me quite a lot in the comments under the previous episode, because apparently, yeah, Shinta, no Yuka, he had like 4 sentences or whatever when we went to the mansion, so that's probably why I don't remember him, so props to you for remembering this and letting me know. And also, Pillars of Light, I should have known, but I also did not check after your comment, so in this episode I still don't know what the Pillar of Light is, I'm sorry. But apparently Yamiko told us 2 stories actually. I remembered only one about the Man-Eater, but I did not remember the story about the Pillar of Light. Apparently she told the second story as well, and who knows, maybe they are connected, maybe not, but most likely connected because, well, stuff is happening and the Pillars of Lights are like doing stuff, so yeah. Anyway, let's just hop into the episode. My hopes for this episode is that I can like just read through this without any unnecessary H scenes. But on the other hand, we are going to the hospital, and last time when we've been in this game in the hospital, being when Yuka had her way with Yoshiki being tied up on the bed. So yeah, I don't know. Let's go. My hopes for no H scenes is very little, but yeah, maybe we can just like maybe we can read this through. Let's just go. They get out of the car and enter the hospital. The empty lobby is chilly, an eerie silence hangs in the air. Their footsteps rebound noisily from the cold, white walls. They can't feel anyone's presence in the hospital. Yeah, probably you will find Akane, because Akane probably is abducted by Yuka and Gore. Why? We have like nothing to do with Akane in this road. Like, why? Why would you do this? Can they really just walk in like this? Kyoji gets the feeling there's some terrible trap waiting for them. Also, yeah, the one that I forgot, like the 2 letters, the guy or girl or whatever this person, is He-kun. So yeah, that's also something that you clarified for me, thank you. He's so afraid he's about to freeze, but Yoshiki's reassuring presence keeps him going. He hates to admit it, but there's something encouraging in his fearless conduct. But more frustrating still is the fact he's completely powerless and inexperienced in comparison. He turned his eye to the nameplates by the doors. There's a row of rooms which room for 6 name tags. There's a row of rooms with room for 6 name tags on them. Oh, okay. They must be large rooms for inpatients. And while it's not likely they're completely empty, none of the rooms have anything written on their nameplates. But there's one room that does have a name written on it. Poor Akane-chan who got raped. Okay, first of all, she did not in this road, so that's entirely false. Unless Gore did something terrible, or he means the past, like backstory of Akane and Kyoji, because it's technically been the thing. Like, you know, yeah, technically yes. So yeah, maybe he refers like the past, but like once again, like I'm still like trying to figure out why Yuka is actually like targeting Akane once again, even in this road, even though Kyoji have like literally nothing to do with her at this point. I mean, outside of like being friends and caring about her, like he's like not even like involved in love with her or anything. I can understand why Yuka is like attacking Aoi, because that's the thing apparently, like whoever is close to Kyoji gets attacked. But why Akane? Also, where's Sadashima? Because Sadashima being possessed by Gore, right? Kyoji feels his field of vision go black. His body trembles with so much anger it makes him sick to his stomach. Not waiting for Yoshiki, Kyoji hurries into the room. Oh, okay, that's typical old school hospital room. There's a layer of white haze hanging over the room. As soon as he enters, Kyoji wonders if he stepped into the scene of fire. Okay, but there's no smell of smoke in the air or any flames to be seen. There's just a white mist hanging over the place, obscuring his sight. It's like what he's seeing doesn't quite get processed by his brain. Everything in his vision wavers. All contours are blurred, like there's a halo around it. Objects dance in front of his eyes and duplicate or triplicate. But there's one spot in the back of the room that's oddly clear. In the back of this dim, filthy hospital room is a white, whirling body surrounded by several men. I have to, like... You see my expression. Okay. Kyoji can't quite grasp the distance between him and that figure. He went to hurry over, but it feels like he's sloughing through vicious water. His legs feel heavy, like they're sticking to the ground. Great! Let me guess. Okay, before we go any further, let me guess. Gore is possessing Sadashima body and doing a thing, and possibly he's also possessing the bodies of the other guys, because, well, Yuka and Gore killed all of them, right? Seriously, like, Gore, just use your tentacles instead of Sadashima group. I swear, I would prefer, like, see that if I have a choice. Like, I despise Sadashima and his like lucky so much that I would rather see Gore and his tentacles in action. Oh, I don't know. Oh god, let me know in the comments. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me how I feel like that to Sadashima. Like I just like the less he is on the screen, the better, and especially if he's like not involved in the scenes like this. Oh god. A familiar voice, but he's hearing it utter noises he doesn't want to hear. Let me also... Because YouTube probably does not like the sound in the background very well, but it's Akane. She's crouched on all fours on the bed, squashed between men, front and back. No, that's not accurate. Okay. Wait, it does not have sound effects. Oh, now it doesn't have a sound effects. Okay. Helicopter inspection. There's another man below her, thrusting his waist absently. Okay. Akane's, I don't know if I can like read it out loud and stuff, maybe? I don't know how sensitive the thing's going to be. I will try to avoid things. I kind of white, maybe I even like cut a bit of words actually from before, just to not say them. Maybe I will see. I'm not sure like how to deal with like reading the stuff yet. Probably I should skip the certain words. I kinda white form withers loudly between the three men. Kyoji's field of vision goes red with anger. He wants to shout at them to stop, but his voice fails him. Okay, you know, it's not full experience. It's like how he make a squeak in the middle of the nightmare. If he could say something, he would wake up from this dream. The most terrifying part is that though he knows that, his voice just won't come. The man member leaves Akane's lips as she coughs, gasping for air. Akane lets out muffled coughs. No, she isn't coughing, she's vomiting. But the man doesn't care. At the same time, the man mashing his hips against Akane from behind stops moving. He pulls his waist back, slowly pulling out. Its length is clearly unnatural. Rodozone could reach as far as her stomach. Okay, so this is actually Gore Tentacle, probably, right? Great, what the fuck I've seen. Okay, I'm not going to read these, so... And at the same time, the man below... Yeah... Okay... At each and every action they take, he can see with perfect clarity. And though he knows he's getting closer, he can't reach them. He can't utter a single word. Tame Takana. He hears a sharp voice rebuking him from behind. In a blink of an eye, color and sound return to the world around him. Yoshiki's shadow is standing behind Kyoji. The strong scent of cigarettes puts Kyoji at ease. Old man, Akane is... Yoshiki peers into the room and narrows his eyes. The scene inside of the room is unchanged. Everything is still blurred, wrapping and covering the haze. Yoshiki takes a step inside. And as he does, the space distillers should vanish. So yeah, it is just to like show it to Kyoji. Illusions. Fucked up illusions. As like his black coat is returning the space around them to its proper state. As Yoshiki reaches out to them, Akane and the man shape starts to blur. Oh, he actually can get close? Oh, okay. Yoshiki, did you by any chance grab the pendant from Yamiko when you were like walking around maybe? Or you have second or something? Because you gave it up. So how did you do this? Like reflections in the water surface, warping from a stone being thrown in. Yoshiki turns around and returns to Kyoji. He won't even look at Akane. Yoshiki says this and moves past Kyoji, who just stands there. Wait a second, like definitely. Yeah, you saw illusion, so there is nothing in this room. Past or future. Actually, from the past of different road, if you think about this. Or from the like mirror world from the bad end of Aoi before. What? Kyoji looks back into the room. Akane and the man is still there, albeit blurry. But... Okay. Yoshiki's already leaving the room and heading into the corridor. Also, how do they know future? Because he said past or the future. How can Gore and Yuka know the future? This is interesting. Yeah, I can imagine Yuka showing like his wife in similar situations back in the day. Kyoji turns around. Like an image projected into fog, Akane and the man forms become misty. He can see right through them to the wall behind them. He could swear he can hear laughter coming from somewhere. Okay, so we avoided like actually censoring stuff outside of like some words and sentences, I guess, that I had to probably cut or I will cut. Because they're like not necessary really, like they do nothing. Basically what happened we saw in like Sadashima scene from Bad End from before and from Mirror World. Pretty much the same happened here. But like without images, like without like showing us on the screen, it's just like that text. The pit of his stomach seethes with anger. It's like he's being toyed with. Kyoji turns his back on the room, trying to shake off this feeling. This is terrible. He'll make them pay for putting him through this. All they're doing is rubbing salt into people's wounds, and it's unforgivable. The two of them return to the apartment after that. Oh, okay. So they found pretty much nothing. They just like went there and Kyoji just was shown horrible stuff. And that's it. Okay, that's actually not that bad. I expected something way worse. So yeah, we went easy on this one, I guess. Yoshiki was the one who suggested they go back there. Kyoji has his doubts over whenever they can even make it back, but his fears are unfounded. They reach the apartment building sooner than expected. If nothing else, whoever is controlling this world isn't bent on having them sleeping outdoors. Yoshiki says as they enter the building. Yeah? Okay. Are you somehow going to find Yamiko? Yamiko is probably in the outside world, you know? Outside of this bubble with the pendant. How are you going to find the pendant? Because You can do nothing to them without the pendant. Really, right? By them, you mean Gore and Yuka? Oh. Okay, just grab everything and count that something works. Okay, I guess that works. That's fine. Like, you don't have yours, so yeah, just any help is like good. But Kyoji shakes his head. That's crazy. Those people made everyone in town go mad. How are you going to face them all on your own? Well, he was doing this like his whole life basically, or like, no, okay, not whole life, but like past. I forgot. 2 years? Was it 2 years? Can someone remind me how long time ago that was when like his wife died? I forgot. I would like you to remind me if you can. Oh, okay, never mind. Yoshiki is also amazing, just like you guys. 2 years, yeah, so I was right. I still have ways, huh? Kyoji wants to stop him, but there is not a shadow of doubt in Yoshiki's words or his attitude. Every inch of his toned body tells Kyoji there's no dissuading him. Also, Yoshiki, we remember that Yoshiki one time died and we pretty much been offered his arm to be eaten. So yeah, you had a pendant back in the day, but actually he didn't die. He just like lost arm. But yeah, you know what I mean. Like, yeah, your ways of fighting are not necessarily the best, I would say. Kyoji tormented by how powerless he feels. He feels like he's losing to him as another man, as another guy. Doesn't matter that he's much older than Kyoji is. He returns to his room, but can't find it in himself to practice the guitar. As he toppled onto the bed, he feels something uncomfortable in his jeans pocket. Oh, that's the mirror. Okay. The mirror entered. He saw the reflection in this of Aoi's, right? He didn't know what it is that in the reflection, but I assume it's the Aoi because she entered the world of like mirrors or something, right? Like, god, this game is so weird. How did it want the vote pool to replace Little Busters? I still like cannot like figure this out. Like, this is like beyond me. Why like Rewrite didn't won, let's say? Like, how is this even possible? A mirror. He kept Aoi's mirror on him all this time. He takes it out and examines it, only to find his own exhausted face staring back at him. He can't believe Aoi disappeared just last night. It feels like it's been so much longer. Give me back my mirror, huh? Aoi said that back then. Just a stupid mirror he won in a crane game. Plus, it was just something he got in the process of getting her a bear plush. Just a cheap accessory, and feels like the slightest of friction could make it plating rub off, but it's still a gift that's important to her. And yet, yet she was so desperate to get it back. Kyoji gets the feeling that at the time Aoi was under the impression he would turn her back on her. His momentary rejection of her made her feel like the whole world gave up on her. That much showed plainly on her face. I'm sorry, Kyoji speaks to Aoi in his heart. It's not like he believes Gore's stupid story. It was a shock, yes, but once he thought it through calmly, it was clear as day that Aoi wasn't within him. Aoi wasn't with him just a way to get back at Akane. She went to the concert with him. He won the mirror and the bear for her. She looked so happy, like she enjoyed being with him. How could he believe she did? How could he believe she did? Wait, what is this like? How could he believe she did if she was just using him? What do you believe? She did it, probably, right? Or it's like normal English sentence and I just like And this is just once again me not being like native English speaker, just not getting like this like weird like part here, like what the fuck? Who writes like this? Okay. Also, yeah, I probably started like getting close to Kyoji to actually get, you know, like let's say a revenge or like out of spite for Akane. She wanted to get to Kyoji, but then as longer she spent time with him, it's like evolved into like actually love, I think. And she actually started to care. Besides, she cherished this mirror so much. That's why Gore had to steal it and use it as a bite to lure her over. Kyoji embraced the mirror in his hands. Come back to me. I will apologize for doubting you for even a second back there. And then you can apologize for trying to get back at Akane through me. And then we'll be even. Oh? Okay, who is like... Okay, who is this? Is it Gore? And he's going to be like saying some weird stuff. His phone beeps. It's still in his uniform pants. It's a text message. Who could be it from? Yeah, like, I wonder. It can't be Aoi, can it? Yeah, it cannot. With that hope in heart, he opens the message. It's Gore, isn't it? Or maybe Yoshiki? Okay. Subject. Is it Alena? Elena? From Square? Okay, I have no idea. Infinite pound? Infinite money. Infinite money! Infinite pounds. It's pounds symbol, right? It's all garbled text. Kyoji slams his shoulder. Maybe it was an email that got sent by mistake. Still, the text is really garbled. How can you even corrupt this text so much? Okay, I have one more. Anela? Why do we go only upper parts, lower parts? Okay, I try to see if like we have like some kind of like mirror image in this. If we like put mirror here, let's say, or might be in the middle if it's like going to change something, but no. Okay, never mind. There's no telling what the original text was when it's like this. But given how short the corrupted it is, it must have been a very brief curt message. A curt message? No, that can't be. Yeah, it sounds like Aoi, huh? But Kyoji can't shake off that thought. His finger reflexively tapped the reply button. Subject? Aoi, is that you? Where are you right now? He taps the send button, praying as hard as he can. It was just a prank text. If anything, that's far more likely than it's being Aoi. But still, even knowing how faint of a chance it is, Kyoji has to hang onto that hope. Okay. We did not get the answer, actually. I wonder if this was sent actually through. We're starting the next day from Aoi from the Mirror World perspective. Okay, hello Alice in the Wonderland. This Wonderland is terrible land actually, with full of eyeballs. Great. How can your face still be so calm in this place? You are so brainwashed right now. What the fuck? Or maybe it's just like your sprite doesn't have other expression, like the scared expression, maybe. Or maybe like she's just like this. Oh, it's you. Wait, what the? Wait, what? Where are you? You just vanished. I was worried sick. I start walking away from him. Okay, what's happening? Why are we suddenly here? What the fuck? I'm lost. Gore, what the have you done? Game, what is this? Hey Aoi, where are you going? Or maybe this is the Kyoji from the Mirror World? Like the other version, maybe? Kyoji starts walking after her. Aoi, I'm not mad at you, honest. Please come back. But Aoi gets further and further away. Don't go. Don't leave me, Aoi. Maybe it's a dream? It's a dream. Inappropriate music starts playing in the dark. Okay, at some point Kyoji's cell phone appears in his hand. But the tune that's playing isn't his regular ringtone. Okay, this is a dream. This must be a dream. He has heard it before though. This song was one of the albums Aoi recommended. Aoi stops in her tracks and reached into her fluttering skirt pocket. She takes out her phone, taps a button and... Kyoji finds himself looking up the room ceiling. His hand is outstretched, reaching out for something. Okay, so that was a dream. Okay. This is so weird. Such a really weird road. Dream, huh? So I think that was just like Kyoji dreaming about where Aoi is, and that was the ringtone of the message coming through, I guess, and she just like pick it up, and then we went back to reality, but she got the message of like, Aoi, is that you? So we just got like suggested that Aoi actually sees the messages that Kyoji sends, I guess. That's how I will interpret that. In his dream, he reached out to Aoi, but it was in vain. He closed his eyes in the way Aoi looked right before she vanished into the light surfaces in his mind. Why we hear Aoi? And she really sounds like really depressed and punishing herself, really. Aoi recites good words with a feeble, dispassionate voice. But she did see that email. He whispered with a smile. It was just a dream. The realization is a relief. It gives him hope that maybe the reply he sent to that garbled text last night did reach her. It was a good dream after all. Kyoji gets up vigorously. He feels slightly more motivated than he was last night. Even if nothing really changed for the better. Morning? He says that as he stops out of the living room, but Yoshiki isn't there. There's some toast in the toaster and a coffee in the coffee machine. When he leaves the tea towel that's on the table, there's a plate with bacon and eggs and a salad. Yoshiki's diligence is hard to believe. He did think that the food had pretty much forced him to eat yesterday tasted good, but this dissonance from Kyoji's first impression of Yoshiki is almost discouraging. Yeah, like Yoshiki really gives like other vibes normally. Sitting next to his breakfast is a note. Stay in the apartment. Oh! We know what Kyoji is going to do, right? He's not going to stay in the apartment. He's going to do everything but stay in the apartment. It's as curt as brief as Aoi text. It's not like staying indoors is necessarily going to be safer the way things are. Kyoji complains as he sips on his coffee. Yoshiki did say there were all sorts of shady amulets in this place, but when it comes to things Yamiko collected, Kyoji isn't exactly confident. But in the end, Kyoji decided to stick to Yoshiki's instructions. Okay, that's surprising. So what will force him out? Like some kind of like image outside of the room, like outside of the window? If he hadn't been there yesterday, who knows what would have become of Kyoji after he fled the school. The fact he went out alone meant that there was something he wanted to deal with on his own, or, as frustrating it may be, that Kyoji would drag him down if he came along. Probably the latter. A man has spent last 2 years pursuing this supernatural case, and even has a gun on him. He doesn't hesitate to shoot people either. Well, Yuka is not exactly a person. I mean, maybe, I don't know, like, she's like some kind of like weird eternal being, forever young, like, I don't know. Meanwhile, no matter how brave he tries to act, Kyoji is just a high schooler who spent his days in the mundane routine. How could he help him anyway? Yeah. The events 3 years ago taught him his own powerlessness all too well. Oh, yeah. And what happened to Aoi just made that feeling that much worse. But even as he tries to rationalize his helplessness, it still burns inside him. He can bear to sit still. Isn't there anything, no matter how small, that he can do? Great! Thanks, Gore. I need some entertainment in the TV. Yeah, okay, what you're going to show me? Is it like I don't know, like dead body of Yoshiki or something? Like you're going to show me that he's dead and come out or something? In his annoyance, he turns on the TV. A shopping program is playing. Okay, never mind. I thought like Gore started the program, but it's Kyoji. Okay. Yeah, also we remember what Yoshiki said. Everyone in the TV is crazy. Yeah. So Kyoji, if someone says that Akane is being, you know, like in the park or something, do not go there, please. He watches it absently as he drinks what's left of his coffee. This kind of salesmen always end up adding all sorts of useless extras to the deal. And sure enough, the host swings his arms around in an exaggerated manner, a smile plastered on his face. Great! Great deal. So Brain is for free, so can I sell this later? On like Amazon maybe? On like black market Amazon? Or something? I would be rich, right? Yeah, like this is Gore Screaming Show. Come on, we need like some dark humor. You're just so stunned. His hand freezes as he's about to pour himself some more coffee. The host takes something from under the table, a pink blob that sticks to his fingers. Kyoji reflexively changes the channel, but this one has another shopping show. Are these like parts of Yoshiki? Oh, Yoshiki's dead. Okay, great. That's what we needed. See different parts of Yoshiki being for sale. Yeah. Everything is male. Yeah, it sounds like it's Yoshiki's. Yeah, okay. God damn it! Pretty careful, you took her up, okay? Stop screaming at me, you girl fucking damn it. Okay. Switching the TV off, Kyoji slams the remote on the floor. Cold sweat drips down his forehead. He's chilled to the core. He's toying with him, while he's shutting himself up the home, cowering from them. Those two are mocking him, sneering at him. But if they can mess with him like that, why don't they just barge into the apartment? Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, that's exactly why they want to toy with me. They're being this roundabout about this precisely because they want to toy with him and watch him squirm. And we know that they can actually affect his like apartment, because in the last road they pretty much affected like his whole life, right? His apartment, his bedroom, his bathroom, everything. So yeah, they can pretty much do something here, but they do not want to. Why? Okay. Even though he's sure he switched it off, the TV suddenly comes to life. Transmits the brief words and then shuts off again. Okay, this is getting creepy and weird. His heart is beating fast. He can swear his body heat plummeled for a second there. Pretty much clinging to the sofa, Kyoji swallows nervously. Don't give in to them. He can hear a small voice whisper to him from somewhere deep down in his heart. If he lets them break his spirit, it's all over. Honestly, he is afraid of what might be behind him. The feeling that something will jump out at him if he turns around now is nerve-wracking. His legs are shaking, and though he's just had the coffee, his throat is dry. Mine as well, so I will drink more coffee. It's hot today. But if he loses it now, he will never be able to do anything ever again. He refuses to just curl up and cower in bed. Kyoji breathes in, gather all the force he can in his stomach and bellows out. Stop screwing with me. One more time. I'm not your bitch. He won't lose to them. No, he refuses to lose. He can't. Remaining holed up in his home won't change anything. And just sitting here, waiting for Yoshiki and worrying over Aoi doesn't sit well with him. Yeah, so as I said, he's not going to stay. If they can mess with him anywhere, then where he is doesn't really matter. Well, outside, they can actually grab you. Apparently, I don't know why they cannot do this right now. Why they do not want to do this in your apartment, because they clearly can, based on the previous road. But yeah. Kyoji stuffs his wallet into the pocket and our mirror into the other and leaves the house. Great! High eyeballs. The sky today is covering with heavy low clouds, and on top of that, it's a vivid red color. If he hadn't checked his watch, he would have thought he slept until dusk. But this isn't the gentle orange colors of sunset, but a much more sinister color. It reminds him of the viscera, with their pulsating veins that were on display in the shopping shows earlier, or liver pate. It makes him sick. Going to school doesn't sit well with him. Strangers, like the host on the TV, going crazy, he can deal with. But seeing his friends go mad is different. If he gets the feeling that going to Aoi house would just land him in the same beautiful scene as last time. The idea of walking around town scares him. But after some deliberation, he decides to do just that. He wants to check what state the town's in. Upon entering the main street, he's rendered speechless. Everyone's faces are terrifying, like they're all wearing masks. They're completely expressionless. Their eyes are blank, and they're just standing there, rooted in place. They're acting so robotic. Kyoji wouldn't be surprised to find someone hiding in the shadows, waiting to press the button on the remote control to make them all come to life. Yeah. He recalls Yoshiki's words. Even trying to walk past here would make him stand out. But he wasn't allowed to walk. How would he get anywhere? Yeah, that was exactly why he said to stay at home. So he tries to make his eyes look as dull as possible and move by shambling ahead slowly and sluggishly. Unlike yesterday, when they drove by in the car, the townspeople's eyes don't follow Kyoji. Okay? He fooled them! Master of disguise. When he makes it through the downtown area, he reaches the empty trail leading up the mountain. He breathes a sigh of relief. They must be like marionettes. Now that he's all alone, he hardly walks up the trail looking around. You know, these eyeballs can probably see you, so you should not do that. The way the people in the town were behaving reminds him of low sensitivity security cameras. The kind that they can slowly track you. Someone out there is controlling them, but their senses don't extend to all people they control. Nishimori Shrine comes into view. Based on what Yoshiki told him last night, there were police officers and onlookers around the mentioned ruins, and they were all doing weird things. Still, Kyoji wants to confirm what's going on there with his own eyes. This is the place where Aoi disappeared, after all. He reaches the high ground overlooking the town and looks down at the townscape. He spots the two pillars of light he saw yesterday, which I still don't know what they are because I did not check the story that Yamiko said. I'm sorry, I will check this for the next one. Or you can let me know in the comments. That's another interaction you can make actually. One around at school and the other on the opposite side of town, in a small residential neighborhood nestled into the mountain. Yesterday he didn't have the time to get a good look, but looking at them now, there seems to be several strips of light that converge and coil together, twisting around each other to form a singular thick pillar. Okay, so this is not a single pillar, it's like threads going up and they're just like creating like one rope, basically. Something like that. In this case, pillar. As a whole, the pillars looks white, but focusing on them reveals they're an amalgamation of different colors. Huh, interesting. Kyoji thinks to himself that what people say about how the three primary colors of light mix together to create white really is true. Also, Kyoji don't remember the story apparently as well, so yeah, it's more immersive, I guess, right? The pillar extends straight up, higher and higher, until they pierce the clouds and disappear into the sky. Kyoji climbs up the steps to the shrine, turning every now and then to look at the lights behind him. Pillars of light, like yesterday. He recalls having heard this term somewhere before. Or was it? It's a simple enough phrase, but not one that crops up in everyday conversation. But he can't remember the context it came up in. Where was it? Oh, yeah. He remembers the Yamiko now. Okay, so he's going to explain stuff. Good. He steps into the side trail leading out of the shrine grounds and climbs up. The trail leading to a Hokora, a simple path made up from the logs submerged into the ground. That's when he remembers. Right, it was Yamiko-san. Okay, so this is connected to the monitor. It was on the day he helped Yamiko gather information for her article. She said it was part of some local legend. What was it about again? He naturally don't expect any of this and wasn't all that interested, so he only heard about half the story. Aoi and Takana listened attentively though. If they were here and sane, he could ask them. As he racks his brain trying to remember, he passes by the Hokora. After a short trek, he reaches the trail that leads over the old well. Going straight ahead from here would lead him to the windbreak forest that serves as a fence around the mentioned perimeter. Cautious of his surroundings, Kyoji enters the mentioned grounds. Based on Yoshiki's story, there were officers here playing catch with pieces of rubble and parts of corpses. And while Kyoji doesn't doubt his words, he has a hard time believing it could really happen. Oh god, Kyoji... Okay. Not going to comment on this. But it's not long before Kyoji can believe his own eyes. Exact same sight Yoshiki described is unfolding before his eyes. The two police officers are playing catch with a piece of rubble. He hears a moan nearby. Kyoji looks down and jolts. One of the officers is lying on the ground, moaning. Blood drips from his forehead. Okay, I guess. One of the lookers tells Kyoji. A middle-aged woman says this and starts cackling. The officer on the ground cackles too. Great. Suppressing the chills slithering down his spine, Kyoji somehow managed to put on a grin. He walks by, faking a cackle. All the people on and the officers are wearing tattered clothes. How long have they been here really? Both onlookers and the officers, playing catch with bags under their eyes, and their faces looks emaciated. The sight of them, laughing out loud, their eyes bloodshot and mouths frothing, can be described as anything but ghastly. Another officer suffers a direct hit from the piece of rubble and goes down. He should have practiced more. A different officer, who has been juggling pieces of rubble so far, drags one of the fallen cops out of the way and tosses him to the corner, then joins the game of catch. Okay, the onlookers laugh boisterously. Kyoji imitates them and pretends to laugh as he moves across little by little. The mansion has all but collapsed, ground zero being somewhere near the entrance hall, but some of the back and side walls are still intact. Okay. The brickwork is so charred it's clear just how intense the flames were. So are the internal walls. Black pillars stand with grooves along and across them. A burnt smell still hangs in the air. Kyoji enters the grounds proper, moving carefully while hiding behind the wreckage to avoid detection. He scans the ground desperately, checking for any traces of Aoi. Is what Yuka said true? Did she vanish to some unfindable place? Or did she cut in the blast and die here? Okay, this is like... Kyoji, this is terrible idea that you went there because everything around is fucked up and they can easily place like part of her dress under the rubble or something and you will be like instantly, oh god, she actually died. I don't know, like, I'm conflicted with Kyoji. He's kinda cool sometimes, but he's also dumb sometimes. I don't know, like... I have problems waiving my opinion about Kyoji. I don't know what to think about him. I don't know if I like Kyoji or not. It's second road I play and I still have no idea what to think about Kyoji. What do you think about Kyoji? Let me know in the comments. Maybe you are like me. Maybe you just don't know. I don't know. I literally have no idea what to think about him. He hopes he can find some hint to clear up that much at least. On closer inspection, there's surprisingly many ruined pieces of furniture left. It's hard to tell them apart from the charred pillars and walls, covered in soot and burnt as they are, but they are there. The only rooms Kyoji and Aoi were in were the room they were allotted on the second floor, the ground floor parlor and the entrance hall. However, the burnt furniture and fixtures gave him a general idea as to where he is. It must be where the parlor corridor was. Kyoji scrutinized the floor. Is there anything related to Aoi lying there? Even a burnt scrap of clothing could work. And if it would clue him in where she is, all the better. Either way, he tries on sitting on his hands and doing nothing. He's tired, okay, of sitting. There's no investigating the second floor rooms, since those have completely collapsed. So search them below them, I guess. Like, there's nothing in the parlor. So Kyoji makes his way to the entrance hall where Aoi disappeared. The walls are crumbled, exposing the mansion foundations. It creates the illusion that the mansion is half its original size. In the area that must have been the entrance hall, the walls have been all but obliterated, and on top of that, it's in the direct line of sight of the officers and onlookers. Kyoji tensely stepped forward. He's unconsciously touching the mirror in his pocket. He reaches the entrance hall. Are Gore and Yuka bodies here too? Okay. He's such a fool sometimes, I swear. From the looks of things, the police isn't functioning. Even if there are any corpses in the ruins, it's likely they haven't collected any of them. Seeing his resolve, Kyoji enters the area where the entrance hall used to be. The place was originally pretty spacious, and the fact that this was also the explosion epicenter might have played a role. A debris apparently flew outward from the hole in a circle, making the place more empty than expected. With the exception of the section of the wall, there are no corpses. On the other hand, Kyoji is relieved. On the one hand, Kyoji is relieved, but it also conjures up an inexplicable sense of dread. If Gore and Duke are involved with all the strangeness, it means they have to be alive. So it only makes sense their corpses wouldn't be here. Still, Yuka got shot. Kyoji, we established this is paranormal thing. You cannot just say that yeah, someone got shot and they die. Yeah, you believed in the illusion. Yeah, I guess it's normal reaction actually to believe such a realistic illusion and especially when your mind goes after it's after traumatic events and everything. But we already established they are not humans. I'm getting mad on Kyoji kinda a bit. Kyoji saw it happen before his very eyes. Yoshiki even shot her a second time to confirm the kill. And he also said, "Look, your mistress is lying there. She might need your help," to Gore. So that indicates that she's been alive at that point. So no, Kyoji, he did not confirm the kill. If those two are still alive, what in the world are they? I have no idea. Still faking a smile, imitating the other people outside, just to be on the safe side. Kyoji looks around very slowly. Some kind of shards scattered around. The carpet on the floor was burnt away and there's nowhere to be seen. The staircase has caved in, and handrailing and supporting pillars broken. Aoi, where are you? Putting the hard lamp in his pocket, he scans the floor, patting the hard lamp on his pocket. Feeling something crunch under his feet, Kyoji looks down. A mirror. It must be fragments of that weird mirror that blocked the front door. Or maybe there was just an ordinary mirror hanging up there. Oh! He doesn't actively try to look at the fragments, but his eyes stop on them when he notices a sunflower yellow skirt flapping. Kyoji kneels down. The skirt disappears from the fragment he's looking at, instead appearing in an adjacent fragment. It and disappeared from here too. So she's moving in this one big mirror from part to part because it's shattered. He looks around, but all he can see and hear are the officers and onlookers laughing madly. There's no one in the skirt to be seen. Aoi. What he just saw was Aoi. But what does it mean? It happened last night at the funeral, and now today too. And maybe it was Aoi back then. He spots someone in the puddle reflection too. Is that some kind of illusion? His heart is showing him out of desire to see Aoi. Or is Aoi really out there, somewhere he can see? Kyoji's common sense is telling him that can't be true. Yeah, but we have to disable common sense. Kyoji, you are literally in alien space right now. I know you need some of common sense, but your common sense makes no sense in this reality, pretty much. But there are people laughing in front of the mansion, laughing madly even as they are bleeding. Things are strange enough as this. Who's to say him seeing Aoi inside the mirror is really impossible? Exactly. Either way, he needs to find out where Aoi is right now. He wants to believe she isn't dead. No, he probably should not believe that. With that emotion in heart, Kyoji carefully and cautiously go back down the mountain. He slowly slips away from the mansion grounds, a fake smile plastered on his lips all the while. On his way back, he spots the officers, still laughing and frothing at mouth. The blood flowing from the head has most dried and clotted by now. The rust-colored clotted blood cracks each time they laugh, clinging at their face and hair. It's like they're alive and dead at the same time. The laughter of the onlookers, who's begun playing catch with pieces of the rubble too, recedes into the distance. And he finally reaches the Hokora, which is completely deserted. He finally lets the tension drain from his body. He goes down the staircase, skipping every step, and enters the shrine grounds. From there extends the mountain road that's devoid of people. Walking through here should be easier. And if this is going to be easier path, we'll see in the next episode actually. I'm recording about hour and actually I'm not feeling too well right now. So I would rather end now before my throat dries out. And I will not be able to like speak for like hours. So we will see if something will happen to Kyoji when he just like running, I guess, down the path because he thinks it's easier. And yeah, well, anyway, this illusion is creepy as hell. Kyoji finally starts kind of realizing that impossible is possible actually. And maybe, yeah, maybe we'll find our way at some point. What's the next destination of Kyoji's then? Is he going back to his apartment? Is he going to the hospital again? Maybe he's going to Aoi's home. Maybe he's going to school. That's a lot of possible targets for him. So yeah, I guess we'll see this in the next episode. So thank you everyone for being with me. Leave up a like if you like the episode, subscribe if you're not subscribed. You can become a patron and help me and support me that way. And yeah, thank you once again for being with me for this episode. And I will see you all in the next episode of Gore Screaming Show. So for now, Pocket Watch, let's going out.